Tracy Metzger was 30 years old and a new mom when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Well, now she's helping other moms fight the disease, and it makes her a breakthrough woman. It's just a typical afternoon in Tracy Metzger's home.
What are you studying? Is it the Compass Rose?
Yeah.
But 12 years ago, it was anything but. At 30, Tracy was diagnosed with breast cancer.
I thought, who in the world do I know that has breast cancer? This doesn't happen to women that are 30 years old.
When Tracy opted for a double mastectomy, she longed to find someone that she could relate to.
I just wanted to talk to somebody else that had babies. How do I care for these little babies when I'm throwing up every 20 minutes after my chemotherapy? I really couldn't find any support out there that was specifically geared to young women.
So she started Pink Ribbon Girls in 2001.
We are our own grassroots nonprofit, started right here in Cincinnati, that helps women specifically with things like meals and transportation and babysitting and house cleaning. We want you to simply fight your breast cancer. We're going to help you with everything else.
I have stage 4 breast cancer. There are days when I'm just like, I really can't go any further. There's so many day-to-day responsibilities, and so just being able to pop a meal out the freezer, you know, is really helpful.
I want to be the person that I never had 12 years ago, the cheerleader, the supporter, or just the shoulder to cry on. And so that's really what gives me pleasure about doing what I do.
You saw in that video, we actually had a car donated to us that we had wrapped, and that was donated, and we used that car to transport women to and from treatment. But we're collaborating with the American Cancer Society this year in Cincinnati, as well as the Chris Collinsworth ProScan Foundation, and they're going to help us transport some of our women, just because logistically you can't imagine how many women are having difficulty getting themselves to and from treatment. Ironically, when you have radiation, you've got to go every day, and it's like 5 minutes a day. And some of these families just can't have their husbands leaving work every day to do that, so we provide those kinds of things. We also do meals. We saw in the video, we have an executive caterer who's a little in between Cincinnati and Dayton, whose mother died of breast cancer, and now he does all of our meals. And so when a woman signs up through Pink Ribbon Girls to get meals, they are delivered to her home. We just partnered up with FedEx. They deliver them to their home. They get 3 days worth of meals delivered weekly, and they get those delivered for every 3 to 6 months, depending upon their treatment. There is really no age for Pink Ribbon Girls. Like I said, I was diagnosed when I was 30, and our focus primarily is probably women ages 25 to 45. That's mostly the women we're serving. However, I will tell you that my youngest member is 16, and she has a very strong family history of breast cancer, and my oldest is 72. So we really kind of say we're for the younger at heart. There's absolutely no income limitations to getting these services. Basically, if you know anyone that's battling breast cancer in our tri-state area, they get those services absolutely free. They just go onto my website, they sign up as a member of Pink Ribbon Girls, then we have a form that they fill out by the physician, and then again 3 to 6 months worth of their treatment, depending on the regimen, then we will provide those services for free. Also house cleaning and babysitting are also the things that we offer. We are really the only foundation in the country that is providing these direct day-to-day services. You know, a lot of other great foundations spend money on research, but when I was diagnosed with those 2 little babies, I just wanted somebody that I could relate to that had young kids. Most of the women that I knew were like my grandmother's age. So when you're dealing with, my daughter was diagnosed when she was 10 months old when I was diagnosed, and my son was almost 3. But dealing with those babies was just a different element. And so those are the things when I decided to do something, those are the specific areas that I wanted help with. So when we raise money, it's got to go towards education, awareness, and support. Those are the 3 things that we do. We have a lot of opportunities for fundraising. We do all kinds of events. We don't have anything on May 11th. We do a really neat thing. A lot of these West Siders know this will be our 9th year that I do a family wiffle ball event. We raised $35,000 last year. It's over on the west side of the park called Kaluga. We honor a breast cancer survivor. It's like $50 a family. We have live music and hot dogs, and you bring your own cooler of beer, typical of the west side. And we just have a great party. So that's on September 21st this year. If you know anyone who's battling breast cancer that can use these services, please send them my way. The information is right on my website. I do have some of these flyers that talk about our programs specifically. So if you know anybody that can use those services, please send them our way. Like our Facebook page or join our volunteer list. We appreciate it. Thank you.